are planting our trees to get some good diversity in city of Verona here. We're going to plant a sweet gum here. Ian and I are going to make sure it's planted at the right depth right now. We're going to make sure our base soil is well packed down so that it doesn't sink if it gets a lot of rain or water, as those air gaps get filled in. Contrary to popular belief, you want to go ahead and cut some of those roots, especially in these container trees. So I'm going to actually score the top and sides. You already scored the sides? The sides, yes. Okay, and Ian already scored the sides. And so we actually, every little cut we make to these roots, we're stopping it from getting root bound, which can girdle the tree, which is just like putting a tourniquet a tourniquet on your arm or whatever, and cut the circulation off to the tree, because trees have circulatory systems much like we do. Obviously a little different, but circulatory system nonetheless. The next thing we're doing is looking for the root flare here, which is the spot where those roots are really coming out of and the origin of those roots. Here, this one's really girdled here too. There. So you can see that's a primary example right there. If we hadn't gone in here and tried to pull this out, this would have wrapped around itself and suffocated the tree. So now we're positioning that root. We still haven't found the root flare.
Close. There it is.
So here we go. We can see where it starts to actually flare out here. You can see there's a girdled root right there. So we're going to take the knife or clippers and cut that so that doesn't girdle that spot. So now we found our root flare, and that's where we want just a little above grade. So grade is of course the top of the earth that we're planting to. This one's pretty good root bound. Yeah. So I think we're at about the right spot here, don't you think, Ian? Yep. Snip some of these. Snip some of these. Anything that's going to come back towards the tree, we want to direct them out in the direction that we want. So every place we cut that, new roots are going to form, and those are going to be feeder roots for the tree. It's going to actually help establishment. And as we're planting, we're going to pack down to get good soil to root contact around the tree. And of course, we want to make sure it's nice and plumb, not level, but plumb. So we're going to sight it in using our signposts as reference. That's looking pretty good, don't you think?
I do.
And then we'll kick in this dirt, shovel it in, and pack it down as we go. And you want to excavate back a little further around the root ball this is called the root ball, to allow for some of that loose soil so those roots can reach out to that soil. Makes it better for better establishment. And of course we'll come back and we will mulch this, wood mulch to make sure that it retains moisture. And we will water this in. The first time you plant a tree, you want to do a nice deep watering. So that actually means you want to get the water around in this more loose soil to get those air pockets out of that loose soil. That helps with that root contact to the soil, helps with new root establishment, and it means our tree is going to take off and establish a lot faster. Really focusing on diversity here. This is one of the first 3 or 4 sweet gums I believe that City of Verona has ever planted. Not a new species of tree, but a new species of street tree to Verona, to us, as Ian said, yeah. So this will be a really beautiful tree in the fall. Get nice bright colors. I'm saying diversity a lot. That biodiversity is going to allow for a lot less of if there is an invasive species such as the emerald ash borer or Dutch elm disease, so whether it be a fungus, a bacteria, a virus, or an insect, that more diversity means that we're going to have a lot bigger buffer in the impact on our urban forest canopy. So the more diversity we have, the more beauty we have, and the more healthy our tree canopy will be, and the more beautiful Verona will be.